Alright, we just filled up some gas, and today we're gonna talk. And we're gonna talk about those who want to get started in riding. The roads are wet, so it's a little slick. We're gonna make a left here. Watch out for any cars. Still early morning. Thing is, it's a little wet. Well, we're gonna learn today. We're gonna take it slow because it is wet. I'm looking ahead to the farthest corner that I can. There's no point in looking down because you already know what's, you already know what's on the road in front of you. So the only thing is the commitment, in a sense where you have to trust your bike that it's gonna stay upright. Other than that, it's all up to you to look where you're gonna go. I'm looking behind me as well to see if there's any cars. It is a little wet, so I'm gonna have to be careful. Right, so turn here. There's some green stuff out here. Don't want to run that over. Beautiful, beautiful golf courses over here. Windy road, 15 miles an hour. Alright, we're gonna brake using our back. Just in case, we're gonna take the outside and we're gonna go in. I probably shouldn't be shifting while on a curve, but no cars behind me. Brake. And we're gonna lean and we're gonna look where we want to go. And I'm trying to avoid the yellow line as well, because obviously the roads are a little wet, slicker on the yellow. There's a light. Stopping. No turn on red. I wonder. Sunday morning, so there's like no cars, everybody's sleeping in right now. Well, I guess we can brake and see how that is. The only thing is, we are on a hill, right? So with the hills, you gotta start off slow. Alright, so what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is the process of me getting the bike, getting interested in riding, and how much everything costs, from the MSF course to getting my permit, my license, the gear, including some of the accessories that I have with me, for example, recording through the video, and also the bike and insurance and all of those things. So that's what we're going to talk about today, and I'll explain a little bit more once we stop, because obviously you got to pay attention on the road here, and you can't, for me personally, I can't talk and I can't talk and ride at the same time for right now. That's not within my skill level, and I really need to pay attention. So Mr. Copper 2 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Orange. There's cars behind me. There's none. We're good. The roads are a little slick. It's a little wet, so gotta be careful with that. And I'm trying to stay a little more towards the left or a little more towards the right. I don't want to stay in the middle. Like I said, the roads are a little wet, so that's where most of the oil buildup is and everything like that. And it just rained not too long ago. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to the right because there's oncoming traffic. So let's do that instead. Gonna make a right turn here. I mean, I could've went over there. Oh, look, a trike, bro. Person crossing the street. Nobody behind me. See if anybody else is crossing. Okay, so people are going out for their morning jog in this Sunday morning, you know, so always gotta watch out for pedestrians, gotta watch out for any cars that may think that you're going too slow since you're a beginner. So far, everything is cool. 30 miles an hour, ending the speed zone. We're going in the right gear, you know. So it's a beautiful Sunday morning ride. Roads are empty right now, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're by yourself on the road. You know, cars can always be coming and going, so you always got to be aware. Pull your head on the swivel. Cars coming this way, so that's why I went to the right, just in case they're not paying attention. All right, so let's talk about why I wanted to get into riding, right? So it's been honestly, it's just been on my bucket list of wanting to just ride and enjoy, you know, the views from out here. I'm not for the adrenaline rush. I'm not for, you know, the thrills of it all, but I think it's more for the enjoyment of being outside, feeling the wind hit your face, you know, going to all these cool places with a motorcycle. And yeah, so that's kind of what happened. And I think it was like last year when I wanted to start riding, but never really had the chance to do it, you know. So like the MSF course, I didn't have the time to schedule myself for the MSF course, but I was like, you know what, this year I'm gonna do it because I'd rather do it, you know, do it now or I won't be able to do it at all. The only thing is getting started, right? So this does take a lot of commitment, and there's a person over there. You know, you have to be committed if you want to ride, because it's not just, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and get a motorcycle and that's it. There's a lot of things that you got to do afterwards, after you get your motorcycle. So this is basically the steps that I took in order to start riding, basically. So while I talk, I'm gonna go ahead and spin around the bike, so that way it's not a boring video. At least those new riders who want to get a Ninja 500 get to see what they're getting themselves into when it comes to the Ninja 500, right? Know what you're getting yourself into. If you get a bike, it's not like, okay, I'm gonna get a bike and that's it. Woo, I'm happy now, this and that, but no, there's actually a lot of things that you got to do afterwards, after you get the bike, right? So the bike is one thing, you know what I mean? So whatever bike you get, that's the one price of it, right? But you also have to pay for insurance every single month or year, and you also have to pay for registration, inspection. You also have to improve your skill. You have to buy gear, and if you want to start vlogging and making videos, you have to take into consideration of how much cameras are going to cost, and editing software and those things. So those things require a lot of time, money, and other things too. But I gotta say, is really know what you're getting yourself into. Mentally prepare for that. And I'm being real with you. You know what I mean? So this isn't just, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and buy a bike and that's it. I'm gonna call it a day. But if you actually want to do it properly, those are the steps that you're gonna have to take. For me personally, I wasn't like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grow into the 600, or I'm gonna go ahead and grow into the ZX4RR as my first bike. But I had to be real with myself. Like, is that really practical? Is that really something that I could do? Right? So that's what ended up making this decision here with the Kawasaki Ninja 500. All right, so you're interested in learning how to ride. So you're committed. You've already made that commitment. You've acknowledged it. Like, yes, I know that it's going to require a lot of time, effort, money on my part when I start riding. So next thing I did was schedule myself an MSF course, right? So the MSF course is the Motorcycle Safety Foundation. So it's basically classes for you to learn how to ride a motorcycle. You know, getting used to the shifting, the gears, and all of that. So I'm not gonna go in depth with what's inside the MSF course because it's gonna be a long video, but that's the fast track way in order to get your license. So before I took the MSF course, I went ahead and bought myself some gear, right? So like everything. So I got myself a jacket, the pants, the helmet, the boots, and stuff like that. Right now I'm not wearing the boots because honestly, I'm getting used to the shifts, and I really want to drill the shifts into my mind rather than not feeling anything with my feet. If y'all know, if y'all got motorcycle boots, like actual like for example Alpine Star motorcycle boots, you guys would know that you barely feel anything with those boots. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I'm not used to them yet, so I'm just wearing regular shoes. So after I scheduled my MSF course, I went ahead and took my permit. Now I was able to take my permit online, but you can also take it in person in the DMV, but it's so much more convenient if you take it online, to be honest. So knock that out, take it online. So basically after I passed my MSF course, I went to the DMV and I went ahead and got my license process to get the permit first. It's weird. You can't just jump from a regular driver's license, pass your MSF course, get the license waiver, and get your motorcycle license added to your license, your regular driver license. So basically, what I had to do, and I guess this is the process of what the DMV said was, since I got so you got your regular driver's license, right? You got your motorcycle waiver fee. You took your permit. Now you need to get your driver's license, right? So when you go to the DMV, or when I went to the DMV, I had to process my permit first, and then I had to process my license afterwards. So I had to pay two fees, to get my permit, then to get my license. But here we are now, So then I did research insurance quotes as well, So different bikes have different quotes and everything like that. And then I also called the dealership, inquired about the bike, put a hold on it, and then basically the next day got my license, and all of that led up to getting this bike right here. So now let's talk about how much everything cost, right? So I'm going to be very transparent with you guys, and I'm going to sit down here while looking at this bike. All right, so actually let me stand up while looking at this bike. So grand total for everything, let me just add everything up, right? Including all the tiny little accessories that I have on right now, which isn't a lot. There's nothing, I didn't do anything except the quad lock. So the total cost of everything, I want you guys to pay attention. The MSF course was around $398. The camera that I'm using right now to film for you guys, all right? The Action 4, the lav mic, the helmet mount, and everything like that, costed $550. The permit and the license, those two fees, cost around $30. The quad lock, $117, give or take. The helmet and gloves, about $645. And that's with the 10% discount from Cycle Gear for a new rider. So make sure to check those discounts as well. Don't pay full price for vehicles and things or don't pay full price for anything in life. To be honest, try not to. And then after I got my helmet, I was like, I want to get tinted visors. So a tinted visor from AGV, $145. Oh my goodness. And then jacket, pants, boots, that costed around $806. And then the Cardo, and I also bought this backpack protector here. So the Cardo as well, for Cardo Edge, was around $413. Then insurance for the whole entire year was around $1,100. That's right, $1,100 for the insurance for the whole entire year. I am a new rider, all right? I only have like 40 something miles in my belt right now. So obviously, if you're a new rider, keep that in mind, that if you are gonna, go to the actual route of riding, the proper way, is consider that, hey, I'm a new rider. Obviously, the insurance quote is gonna be very high. So take that into consideration. And then the Ninja 500 KRT, which everyone is asking, what's the out the door price for this? The out the door price was around 7,900 here in New York, right? So each dealership is different. Um, so 7,900 out the door. So grand total for everything, right, is around $12,000 to get started in riding a bike. So I just want you guys to keep in mind that that's the route that I chose, right? So I bought those things, I bought the insurance. It can be totally different for you as well. You know, you can buy a used bike and save some money that way. Or you can go to Facebook Marketplace and buy used gear, you know, or buy a used helmet that's in good condition and all of those things. So you can probably cut it in half if you wanted to. You know what I mean? Right? So I don't want you guys to be like, oh my goodness, that's a lot of money, this and that. Where you can do all of these things in a cheaper rate, and your insurance is going to be cheaper if it's a used bike for sure, and if it's like a 2020 2019, it's not going to cost that much money. But this is a 2024, so I wasn't surprised about that as well. So hopefully this video was informative. I know there's a lot of talking in this video, not much writing, but I just wanted to be transparent and real with you guys, you know. And yeah, this is, you guys are, you know, watching this to get some information, to do your research, and all of that too. So I'm just sharing my story basically, you know. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. There's nothing else, so I think I'm gonna end it here soon. Morning, how are you? Alright guys, so I hope that was very informative. I know there was a lot of talking in this video, but that's just the reality of it. You know, I just wanted to explain everything to you, and to let you know the process of what I took, in order for me to not knowing anything about motorcycles to actually riding a motorcycle now. So stay tuned, more content to come. And yeah, ride safe, everybody. You know, congrats to those who just got their first bike as well. Um, and keep practicing, practice. You know, so you're always learning. You're always learning. Learning never stops.